therapy in the community. I'm Elisa.
Nicole.
I'm Emily.
I'm Rosa.
Okay, let's get started.
So, I did my undergrad at San Francisco State University, where I got a bachelor's in child and adolescent development. There was a focus on research and public policy in my major. And now I'm currently a student at Stanbridge University studying to get a master's in occupational therapy.
And I'm Elisa. I got my bachelor's degree at California Lutheran University. I got my bachelor's in psychology with an emphasis in biopsychology. And I had a minor in Spanish, and now I'm here at Stanbridge University.
I'm Emily. I went to Long Beach State. I double majored in human development and anthropology, and I minored in theater and psychology. And I'm here getting my master's in occupational therapy at Stanbridge.
Hi, I'm Rosa. I graduated from UCSD with a bachelor's in international studies and economics, and I'm also here with you at Stanbridge University studying occupational therapy.
Alright, so here's our agenda. First we're going to talk about what occupational therapy is, and we're going to go more into the OT practice framework that goes and talks about the domain and process. We will talk about occupational deprivation as well as its counterpart, the meaningful occupations, and the population that we aim to address in the community, specifically in the forensic settings. And then we're going to go into the assessment tools used, including the MOHO-ST and the AOT occupational profile.
So a lot of people don't know what occupational therapy is or what we do. A lot of people think we're the same as physical therapists or speech therapists, or think that we just help people get jobs, which is always in part true. We help people get ready for jobs. We're not like a recruiter. And so we have this really cute little video where we're going to go into depth afterwards to talk about the specifics of our domain and process and what we do as a career. But this little video will give you a short introduction to what we do.
What is occupational therapy? Occupational therapy supports people to engage in meaningful activities, also known as occupations. Occupational therapists focus on making people independent in their daily tasks.
These are all the words that describe our unique profession.
What are occupations?
Occupations are meaningful activities that you do every day. These activities help you to participate in your everyday life. These could include
Playing music,
cooking,
Playing sports,
painting,
taking pictures,
gardening,
and something as simple as handwriting.
Oftentimes, life is unexpected. People may encounter barriers at some point during their lifespan that prevent them from doing the meaningful things that they want to do. This is where occupational therapy comes in.
What kinds of barriers can occur?
Maybe you were born with cerebral palsy. Going to school every day might be difficult. An OT can change the environment and provide you with all the things you need to be a successful student.
Maybe you've become older and realized that it is becoming more difficult to reach things. An occupational therapist can provide you with the equipment needed to be independent in your daily tasks, like reaching for items in the kitchen. Perhaps you had a stroke. Those tasks that were once easy now seem impossible. An OT can teach you strategies for getting dressed in the morning.
Going to the grocery store might be overwhelming if you have a mental illness. An occupational therapist can provide you with the supports to be able to grocery shop independently, like other members in society.
Sitting at your work desk all day can be uncomfortable and even cause physical pain. An OT can help develop strategies to promote better posture and prevent serious injury. These are just a few examples of common barriers. Here are other areas that occupational therapists can help individuals overcome challenges.
We want everyone to participate in their everyday life and live life to its fullest.
Together, we can do anything.
Help spread the word about occupational therapy.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the occupational therapy practice framework, which is made up of the domain and the process. And this is an official document of AOTA. And the domain is pretty much what we do, our scope of practice, and process is how we do it. And we're going to go a little bit more into depth with that with the intervention process, the intervention plan, and the intervention, and then the review. And it also summarizes the interrelated constructs that describe the OT practice. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth right now.
So one of our domains is occupations. They talked about it in the videos. They give you a lot of good examples. But two of the main things that we work on are activities of daily living, which we call ADLs, and instrumental activities of daily living, IADLs. So the difference between those are things that you do every day, like bathing, going to the bathroom, eating, are all under activities of daily living, literally things that you have to do every single day, sort of in order to be a human and be alive. Instrumental activities of daily living are things you may also do every day, but it's things like driving, childcare, pet care, any important household tasks, grocery shopping, that inherently don't keep you alive, although of course they are very, very important to living in, especially our modern lifestyle. Here's some pictures of examples of cooking and grooming. Our occupations are rest and sleep, education, work, play, leisure, social participation. These obviously break down into tons of small categories, so it's everything under work. It's preparing for work, being cognitively understanding of what work might entail, being able to have the endurance to sit at a job, etc. So they do break down really specifically in our OTPF, so that when we address them with a population, we can get incredibly specific to the needs of what they might need, rather than just generalized of play, where you may look like that and see, oh, well, I'm an adult, I don't really know if I need play, but it does break down really specifically, and a lot of those are very related to what we do as an adult in our leisure time that isn't covered directly in leisure. So there's a lot to do here. It's pretty much everything we do at all times. Client factors is another one of our domains. So those are values, beliefs, spirituality, our body functions, our body processes. The body structures. Body structures are literally our anatomy. So like our organs, our heart, anything that supports our body working and being alive. Whereas body functions are sort of the functioning body systems, like our circulatory system, the lymph system, digestive system, all that kind of stuff. And then values, beliefs, and spirituality is sort of the more cognitive, ethereal version of things that are important to us in religion, things we value like truth-telling or friendship. It's sort of the more heady parts of what makes us, us. So besides the body, it's sort of the mind portion of it. Our performance skills, so this is how we do all of those things that we were just talking about. So how we do our occupations. Motor skills is directly defined as occupational performance skills observed as the person interacts with and moves task objects and self around a task environment. So that literally means how we do something. So as they mentioned in the video, handwriting. So we have the motor skills of can we actually do handwriting? Not can we cognitively understand handwriting, but can our hand write our handwriting properly? These are probably the most confusing out of the different domains, which is why I'm actually just straight defining them and then explaining them, because even I get them mixed up. Process skills are the occupational performance skills observed as a person selects, interacts with, and uses task tools and materials. So this is the steps used to do it. Like in order to go grocery shopping, you need to write a list. Then you have to go and get a grocery cart after you've driven to the store. Then you have to find where everything is on the shelves, etc. Check out, pay, know how much money to take out, put everything in your car, bagging. So it's like breaking down into the little process of going grocery shopping, which seems really simplistic. And the last are social interaction skills, which are probably the easiest to understand. It's literally how we interact with other people. But this breaks down to everything as saying thank you, eye contact, gestures, body space, vocal tone, rate, etc. And then our performance patterns are the things that we do repetitively through our lives. So these are our habits, routines, rituals, roles. Our roles would be like we're a mother, we're a student, we are a coworker. And then our rituals are things that have important meaning to us that we do regularly. So for some people, this is going to church. Some people, it's doing meditation. It's anything that has a lot of important meaning to you that you do on a regular basis. It's patterns. It's routines is something like not quite a habit yet. They use it more as like a sequence of occupations. So if every Sunday you go and play soccer, it's a routine, not necessarily a habit, but your Sunday morning routine is, you get up, you drink coffee, you read the paper, and then you go play soccer. So it's something that's important to you because you like to do it, and it's especially important in like an elder population and in a lot of intellectually disability population, as well as like young children. Those are really important. And then habits is something like brushing your teeth before you go to bed, or bad habits too, biting your nails, anything that you do unconsciously that is a part of who you are as a person that may be damaged or changed when you have something happen in your life, or that may be impaired from birth that you normally would have, that your like siblings have or that your parents have. And last is our context and environments. So our context and environments are where all of these occupations are happening. So you can't really, as I say, don't take things out of context. It means the same thing. If you want to be able to understand why a person is doing, let's say, one of their routines, you have to know, well, they're off on Sundays. So obviously, they don't do that stuff on Mondays because they go to work. So that's an environmental context. And their environment then would be like in their house. So the contexts are cultural, so it's what kind of culture you live in, both very small, like your family's culture, to very large, like the United States, as well as personal. So personal is anything that sort of makes you, your eccentricities, but as well as your demographics, your socioeconomic status, where you live, your ethnicity, etc. Which they're tied pretty close with cultural, but it's things that are very specific to you. Physical is literally your physical body. Things work, things don't work, how things look, how you have a smaller heart valve than other people, etc. That would be your physical body. Social, your physical context. Your social context is how you interact with other people. Temporal is time, so it's everything from months, days, the history, as well as your stage of life, so developmental. So anything relating to time is the temporal context. And then virtual is how we relate to things that are not around us at all times. So people we talk to on the phone, the way we interact obviously on the internet. That's one that has come into very, very large importance in the burst of technology in the last 20 years. So it used to not obviously be as important to OT because it didn't exist.